Titebond, based from America, makes some of the best adhesives on the market, and we've got a good range of them here at Woodworkers Workshop, along with our glue bots, our glue mates and our silly glue products. The Titebond glues are all aliphatic resins. It's like a PVA but an improved formula over an English PVA. PVAs tend to be called white glues. These we tend to call them a yellow glue, although there are slightly different colours within the glues here as well, which help with some of the work that we might be doing. Titebond Original is the most economical out of the Titebond range of glues, price-wise. This is going to be great for your interior work. It's got a fairly fast tack time. This is water soluble, so you can wash it off. Titebond 2 is slightly stronger. This can be used for interior and exterior. It's water resistant. So water resistant means I would tend to use that. Maybe we could use it on a picnic bench or some garden furniture, maybe on something like a window. This has got a quicker tack time than the Titebond Original. If you wanted a longer time for working while you're putting your joints together, then you're best to go really for the Titebond 3 or Ultimate. Out of these three glues, this is the more expensive. It's the strongest out of the three. It's waterproof, which means you could maybe make a garden planter, something that's going to get a lot of water onto it. You're best to go with the Ultimate glue. Strongest out of the three, still water soluble. Also, the 2 and the 3 are both food safe. So you're making kitchen stuff, best to go for these. Out of all three of the glues, the Ultimate is going to be the best for strength. It can be used interior, exterior, waterproof, easily cleaned down. Also give you a slightly longer time to physically glue your jobs together. If you've got a more complicated glue up, lots of joints to be done at the same time, then you're best to go with Titebond Extend. Physically, it extends the amount of time you've got to put your joints together. Depending on which timber you're using may make your choice of which glue you're going to use change as well. If you're doing maple, sycamore, ash, very light coloured timbers, then you're probably best to go with the light coloured original glue. This is going to give you the cleanest glue line on those light coloured timbers. Your Titebond 2 and your Titebond Extend will be reasonable on those lighter coloured timbers. If you used your Titebond 3 or the Ultimate on a maple or sycamore, I think there's much more chance of you seeing a glue line. Any of them will work with the darker timbers, but I think for darker timbers, again, your Titebond Ultimate is going to be the best overall glue. If you're doing any veneering work in a vacuum bag or a press, then you're best to use the Titebond cold press adhesive. This is a slightly different formula to the other glues that we've spoken about, and the idea about this one is it has some extra, it's almost clay in there, which thickens the glue up, which stops what we call bleed through. Bleed through is when the glue would physically come through the pores of the veneer and get on the surface of the veneer, which can ruin the job. So cold pressed veneer glue is the ideal one for doing any of your veneering work. For our general at home woodworking, then one of these size glue bottles is going to be great. This is a 16 ounce or 473 ml. The tops on these, basically pull them out, you can do your work, and just when you've finished, push him back down again. Helps to clear the nozzle. Little bit of glue on top or cure, just pick it off with your fingers before your next go. If this starts getting gummed up, and it will do probably eventually, just take the nozzle off and put it in some hot water a minute or two and you can clean it up. But if you're doing a lot of woodworking, you're going to need a bigger container. So these ones are basically a gallon each. If you're going to use these, you really need to be using them with some other way of actually putting it onto your work. So either the glue bot or the glue mate is going to be the ideal companion to go with this. Using these, actually watch other videos on those, are fantastic actually for helping you in your workshop with your glue up processes. We also have some fantastic silly glue accessories. So you can either use them with your smaller tubs or the big ones. The bigger ones literally pour your glue out into one of the reservoirs into here, and now we've got either a sort of large brush or smaller brushes you can use from your reservoir to put your glue on. You've got a roller you can use, you can load up and roll on, particularly if you're doing some veneering work, or these much more detailed, we've got a pot in here, pour some glue in and use these detail bits. We use these for gluing up boxes and real detail work and getting in between, perhaps dovetails. You can use those alongside your bigger glue pots. For more detail on Titebond or any of our gluing products, check us out at woodworkers workshop.co.uk. Follow us on our social media channels and watch our YouTube videos. For more detail on Titebond or any of our gluing products, check us out at woodworkers workshop.co.uk. Follow us on our social media channels and watch our YouTube videos.